Is dating or being in a relationship with the bar girl in Thailand as bad as it's made out to be? In my experience, I have dated a lot during my trips to Thailand, but I always seem to keep going back to bar girl. I will start this email with a short background about me so you can paint the picture. I am a 35-year-old mayor from Australia. I am divorced from what I would describe as an evil wife. Like most marriages, we married young. Starts off good, totally in love, but sooner or later constant demands came from my wife. Bigger house, more holidays, brand new cars. The demands would never stop, and she was never happy. I noticed that for some reason, a lot of these stories about guys going to Thailand begin with going through a divorce back home. I guess Thailand is a place for divorced men to recover. I don't know. They do say, though, the best way to get over a woman is to get under another one. The only thing I don't regret from my marriage is that we had 2 beautiful kids together that I would do anything for. Though she didn't make it easy for me to be in their life, I had to fight really hard to be allowed time with them. That part of the divorce was probably the hardest. It's a pretty common story nowadays that many guys go through, so I won't bore you with all the details. Let's just say she made my life very difficult. My life became the boring, normal lifestyle. I would work all week, then have my kids for most of the weekends. I'm not much of a party person anymore, so I do not really go out drinking much. But when I do, I enjoy the company of females, rather than talking rubbish and getting drunk with the boys. I have had a couple of flings after my divorce, but nothing serious. Most women I met realized they weren't getting any younger and wanted to get married and have kids in a hurry. And the more attractive younger ones always seemed to have some issues going on in their life. I decided I did not want anything serious, as it was hard to find a half-decent woman to have quality time with that did not bring any drama, kids, or problems to the table. So playing the field I thought would be my best option, as I wasn't looking to be a stepdad nor have a stepmother for my kids. Fast food, fast cars, and fast swimming. That is what I was after. Now that is a background finished about me. Let's dive into my Thailand story. After talking to my lifelong best friend from school about a trip to Thailand over the years, last year we finally did it. We had always wanted to travel around Southeast Asia when we were younger, but as you know, life takes over and plans get delayed or completely forgotten about. In my 30s now, and with a lot more responsibilities, I think I'm a bit too old to go backpacking around the world. Though the thought of visiting Thailand one day was always in the back of my mind. It's not exactly somewhere I wanted to vacation with my wife, so now was a perfect time for me and my friend to shoot off there. We did not exactly know much about Thailand other than the beaches, the shopping, and most importantly, the cheap nightlife. And the ladies, of course. Let's state the obvious. The cheap nightlife is what interested us the most, as we were both single. Now the ladies also became a big interest. We had a friend who was married to a Thai girl in Australia, and he tried to give us some advice as well as some warnings, telling us about the scams that go on if we rent bikes, go on jet skis, and add drinks to our bills. He also told us not to trust people so easily, especially bar girls. Their one and only job is to extract as much money from you as possible, while providing you with a good time. Everything he shared with us was valuable information, but we were still going to be very cautious and keep our eyes wide open. We found a package online that was fairly cheap and looked like something we were after. It was 2 nights in Bangkok, and then 8 nights in Pattaya. Perfect. I couldn't wait to finally get on the plane and head to Thailand. I really needed a break from reality and experience something different. At the time, the only thing I was looking forward to in my life was seeing my kids at the weekend. They were keeping me sane. Anyway, the time came for me and my friend to head to the airport, have a couple of beers, and then jump onto the plane. We were finally on our way. As soon as I stepped off the plane onto the tarmac, I felt alive again, even if just for a short period of time. All my problems were left at home. We got out of the airport, jumped in an overpriced taxi. Yes, this was our first newbie mistake, and made our way to the hotel. Once we checked into the hotel and got into our rooms, it wasn't long until we were showered, dressed, and ready to hit the streets. We had read online mixed reviews about a place called Pat Pong, but we thought, what the hell? We might as well check it out. This is where we fell for the first thing that our friend had warned us about. We were enticed to go to a dodgy ping pong show where we ended up getting way overcharged for the show and the drinks. Can't remember the exact price, but I think it was like 900 baht for a San Miguel Light, and then the show, which I think they just added onto the bill. Maybe I am wrong, and this is the normal price for a show and a beer, but it felt like we were being overcharged. Rookie mistake, I know, but the night was young and not ruined. Next, we headed to Soy Cowboy. Soy Cowboy was fun, and the girls are extremely flirtatious there. I lost count how many times a girl grabbed my junk. Every single bar we went into on Soy Cowboy, we had female company instantly join us, chatting away to us, and the clothing they wear, or should I say lack of, is out of this world. Enough to drive any man crazy. We did not bar fine anyone, but there was a lot of lady drinks, flirting, and kissing. It was our first night, so we were millionaires. We ended up staying on Soy Cowboy for the rest of the night, trying to hit as many bars as possible before we called it a night and went back to the hotel. I can remember lying in bed in my drunken state, thinking how I've never been here before. It's like heaven on earth. The second night is where the magic happened. We went to Nana Plaza and were totally blown away by this place. The second you walk through security, the buzz hits you like a ton of bricks. There are beautiful girls and go-go bars everywhere. Spoiled for choice is an understatement. The feeling you get when you step into your first ever go-go bar is amazing. I mean, we do have adult clubs in Western countries, and even though I can't speak for other countries, here in Australia the cost of a dance is more than a short time in Thailand, and the chances of them ever coming home with you are slim to none, nor are they as beautiful as the Thai ladies. I remember it like it was yesterday, walking into the first go-go bar, so many stunning girls all over me, and my friend looked like deer in headlight. There were not many customers at the time, so all eyes were on us. We made our way to the table and sat down, scouting around at all the ladies on the stage while receiving a lot of smiles and waves at us. The waitress came over and asked what we would like to drink. Before I ordered a drink, I wanted to make sure of something, so I asked the waitress, "Do these girls actually come home with customers?" She replied, "Course I do. This is a go-go bar. Which one do you like? I will get her to come and sit with you." I smiled and said, "Sure, let me take a look." I went back looking around and noticed that a lot of them were quite tall, taller than the other girls I had met the night before. Looking a bit closer at these beautiful girls, me and my friend quickly realized that these were not beautiful girls. They were beautiful ladyboys. I don't judge, but me and my friend are not into that type of thing. And although they were stunning, in fact more stunning than some of the real females there, we politely told the waitress we were in the wrong bar and we walked out. That's for sure a fun memory that will stay with me forever. We headed to the second floor of Nana Plaza and moved on to one of the many go-go bars. This bar had a mix of girls, some absolutely stunning, some not so stunning, skinny young ones and chubby older ones. Luckily, this time they all looked like females, so no embarrassing moments for now. We sat at a table that was directly next to the stage so we could watch the shows, ordered a drink, and went back to scouting the room. It was in this bar that I would meet the first bar girl that I would actually spend the night with. Make no mistake, she was not the most attractive girl I had seen that night, but she spoke very good English, and I thought communication would be better than having a super stunning girl that can't speak a word of English. Plus, I found this girl very sweet. She had a good vibe, and we got along pretty well. My girl joined us at the table with her friend. Her friend was not much to look at. In fact, she was probably the least attractive in there. My girl sat with me, and I ordered her a drink. Her friend sat next to my friend and started flirting with him. I could tell my friend was not into this girl. She wasn't his type, but he has a big heart, so he got her a drink as well. After a couple of lady drinks, I asked if I could bar fine my girl, and she replied, "Yes, it's 1,500. Again, I don't know if this was overcharged because I learned later that in some bars it's as little as 500 baht to bar fine a girl. I'm not sure if I was charged this much because it's a go-go bar in Nana Plaza, or if she was just pulling one over on me. Either way, I paid the bar fine, we drank up, and headed out of the plaza. My friend, being the star wingman that he is, bar-fined her friend and we all went back to the hotel. On the way back to the hotel, it was like we were teenagers again, walking and laughing like we had just finished school. We stumbled into a 7-Eleven and the girls got us some Thai snacks to try, and then we made our way into the hotel. My friend had obviously changed his mind about his girl because he was snogging her face off in the elevator. Me and my girls said our goodbyes to them, and then we headed to our room. We both jumped in the shower and headed for a good old session of bedroom fun. It was better than I expected. You could tell that this girl was a pro in her profession, from the way she performed. Even after we finished, we did not go straight to sleep. We stayed up a couple more hours telling each other about our lives. This was yet another newbie mistake I made, because the more I spoke to her, the more I was feeling a connection with her. It turned out that it was one of the best nights of my life, other than my kids being born. The morning after, I woke up first, took a shower, and when I came back out, I was watching her sleep for a few seconds. I was thinking how lucky I was to have this girl in my bed. I gave my head a shake and snapped out of it. I refused to catch feelings for the first bar girl I had been with. She woke up soon after, and the conversation soon came up about me coming to see her again tonight. I explained that we were only in Bangkok for the night and heading to Phuket today. I did tell her that if I knew I was going to meet her, then I would never have planned to go to Phuket. She seemed sad that I was leaving, or she was just putting on an act, but she said she understood that I wanted to be a butterfly. At the time, I did not know what butterfly meant, but later found out through many girls calling me that anyway. We said our goodbyes to the two girls, and me and my friend made our way to the airport. On the flight to Phuket is where another one of my many rookie mistakes happened. One thing that I was warned about over and over again while on the plane, I couldn't help thinking about the go-go girl. I don't know if it's because that was my first girl or what, but I think I already had feelings for her. I did try to put it to the back of my mind and forget about it so we could enjoy our time in Phuket. I still had a fantastic 8 nights in Phuket. I did love every minute of the trip, but my mind was always on my Bangkok go-go beauty. I just couldn't shake her. I even contemplated going back to Bangkok to see her, and I think if I was on a solo vacation, that's exactly what I would have done. On returning home and chatting with a Thailand veteran, I realized that many people like me catch feelings for their first bar girl because it is a completely new experience. They make you feel like you are loved, and they have feelings for you. But he soon put me back in the state of knowing that this is just business for her. For the best. My Bangkok beauty probably already had multiple boyfriends. She had very good English, which she more than likely learned by chatting with many customers. She said she did not have a phone or any way to contact. Told me she had a child, so she probably also has a Thai boyfriend or husband in the village. Despite this, I still had a fantastic time and I'm happy she was my first bar girl. It was truly amazing and would only be a matter of time before I returned. My friend told me about channels like this and other websites to read stories about Thailand and learn more about the way things work there. Hearing some of the stories, I was mortified at the outcome of them. It did not put me off, but showed me I should probably be more careful with my feeling. Sooner or later, I was back in Thailand and landed in Bangkok. On my first night there, I completely ignored everything I was told. I went straight to the same go-go bar to see if I could see my first girl. I could not see her in the bar, so I asked the mamon about her, and she told me that my girl had moved back up north. I did not bother to ask why. With the very little experience I have with B-girls, I learned. Ask no questions, get no lies. That was the end of my first go-go girl. Not my last. I was happy for her. I think deep down it would have been more sad if I had come back to the bar and she was still doing this type of work. If she was there, maybe I would have acted on my feelings and gotten too deep involved with her. Maybe I dodged a bullet with her not being there. Either way, the memory of her stays. Later, I went on to meet another Thai girl, yes, a bar girl, in a bar in Bangkok. Spending time with her was also amazing. She showed me the non-tourist places of Bangkok that I would never have thought about visiting. She showed me a lot about the culture and the food, introduced me to people, and basically just looked after me. She even told me to meet some of her family. It was what they call the holiday girlfriend experience. We got very close, but it stayed pretty much as an open friendship, rather than a relationship. When it was time to leave, we promised that we would not forget each other and exchanged Facebooks to keep in touch. She said that she would keep working in the bar but would not go with customers. I knew better, and I wasn't stupid. Once I got home and added her on Facebook, I guess she forgot that she had pictures with her Thai boyfriend on there, but, like I said, it was an open relationship type of thing, so I wasn't bothered. There were no lies or scamming, and life went on. On my third trip, we met up again and went for a drink. But knowing that she was already involved with a Thai boyfriend, I decided I did not want to be a homewrecker. Although her boyfriend probably knows what she does and does not mind as long as she is bringing in the money, I just couldn't see myself doing it. So, like B-girls, I kept my options open. That trip, I just spent going to different bars, meeting different girls, and having fun. I did not exchange contacts with anyone on this trip and went home with nothing to worry about. On my last trip to Thailand, I wanted to do something different and meet a girl who was not involved with the nightlife. So I created a profile on Thai Friendly, and after weeding through the millions of freelancers on there, I set up a date with an attractive office girl. And yes, was as boring as it sounds. Nothing to report from that date, there was no connection, no vibe, and I couldn't wait to get myself back in a bar. I finished that Thailand trip by going to as many bars as possible and having as many bar finds as possible. So with a few trips to Thailand under my belt and a lot of time spent in the bars and with a different bunch of girls, I have never really been burnt bad or experienced the type of things some of these guys share in their story. I am still waiting for the sick buffalo story, where their child has been in an accident and needs money for medical bills. I did have one request for medical bills. It wasn't a child in hospital. It was something else, but the story was so unbelievable that nobody would have believed it. I think the worst thing I have experienced with a bar girl is that 500 baht went missing from the hotel room out of my pile of cash. It was my fault because I left it on the side. But the funny thing is, there was a few thousand baht there, and she only took 500. Maybe she only took that thinking I wouldn't notice, but I did, and even though it was a small amount, it's a principle. I did not go to see her again. I am not saying that there are no bad bar girls out there. For sure there are. I have met a bunch of them, and you can pretty much tell straight away what they are up to, but you can normally figure this out while you are still in the bar without bar finding them. They will constantly be asking you for drinks, even though they are not trying to have a conversation with you, asking you to bar find them and go to their friend's bar. Don't be fooled. If you do this, you will still be paying for lady drinks at her friend's bar. If I bar find them and find out later that they are up to no good, that's okay. I just don't go back to that bar again. There are plenty of bars and even more girls out there. On the flip side to that, I've also met sweet, genuine bar girls that wouldn't deliberately hurt anybody. These girls are waiting and hoping that a foreigner will come along, sweep them off their feet, and give them a better life. I have been tempted to actually start something serious with a bar girl before and try to give her a better life. But at that time, I enjoyed being a butterfly and having fun too much to actually commit to anything. You also have to remember that some of the girls have no choice but to do this type of work. It's a better paying job than most jobs in Thailand, and the majority of them are sending the money back to their families in remote parts of Thailand. I think my problem is I like the girlfriend experience too much. Or I'm just addicted to B-girls. I enjoy spending time with them. Even if it's a paid companion, they still make you feel good about yourself and that they are only with you. I like to find a decent bar girl and pay her long time for the week or something, and spend the week like she is my girlfriend. The only time that I do short time is to see if I like them enough to spend a week together. And if we get along well during these long-time girlfriend experience flings, I admit that I have spent money on them and spoiled them a bit. But that's down to me wanting to. Most of them were just happy with the long-time price. I haven't paid for anything overly expensive. Just dresses, handbags, salon days, and a cheap iPhone for one of the girls that I really did like. That does not include the hotels, condos, transport, meals, and days out. Obviously, I pay for all of that. I think the most expensive thing I have ever paid for one of the bar girls that I really liked was 10,000 baht towards a payment on her car. We used the car quite a lot, so I thought it would have been a nice gesture to help out financially with a little bit extra. She even offered to pay me back at some point, knowing that she would never pay me back. I told her it was fine. So here is my opinion about dating bar girls, and maybe some advice to those that are on the fence about dating a bar girl. There are tons and tons of negative stories online about the difficulties of being involved with working girls compared to the number of successful relationship stories. I think this is because most men that are happy with the scenario do not have the time or the motivation to write it down on paper and send it out. They have more important things to do, like spend time with their girlfriend, planning the future, and anything else. For example, I've been thinking about writing my story and experience for the last couple of months. I just never got around to doing it, though. I think I would have gotten it done a lot quicker if I was at home feeling sorry for myself, heartbroken that a bar girl had cleaned me out. There is also the worry about the comments they will get from putting their story out from other expats and travelers alike. You've all seen those old, grumpy expats in the comments. They've been to Thailand 1 or 2 times, and they think they are experts on the place. My advice is to ignore these old expats, especially the ones from places like Pattaya, and then you have the pretty boys that try to talk down to you. My Thai girlfriend has never asked me for money. Yeah, you are probably right because she gets it from her 3 other boyfriends. I will continue to use dating sites when I go to Thailand to meet women from all different walks of life because I like that and also want to try new things. Though, if I date other girls, I think I'll always be wondering about all the mischief and fun I could be getting up to in Nana Plaza or Soy Cowboy. I don't think I will ever get married again. But after my time and adventure, I am open to having something serious with somebody. She will probably be Thai and probably be a current or ex-bar girl, and that I have no problem with at all. I love bar girls. I love the experience. I love how if there is no connection, you can simply move on with no hard feelings. I love the attention and how they make me feel. I'm not even addicted to the bedroom fun that they provide. I think I'm just addicted to the whole experience. So I would love to know what you guys think about dating a bar girl from Thailand. Is it something you could do and live with? For me, I love bar girls, and I 100% could be in a relationship with one and probably will be in the future.